Welcome back to Success with Steven. My name is Steven Smith. On this channel, we discuss all things financial literacy. If you need money quickly, the phrase no credit check loan probably sounds like exactly what you've been searching for. You may have bad credit, a thin credit file, or maybe too many recent inquiries, or you simply have no interest in allowing another lender to pull your report. Whatever the reason is, you want access to cash without your credit score becoming the main obstacle. So in today's video, I'm going to show you 4 legitimate banking and credit union products that give customers access to money without relying on traditional credit checks. However, I need to make something clear before we go any further. There is no legitimate lender that can promise universal approval to every person who applies. And the products in this video are unique and they'll come directly from established financial institutions. The advantage is not that everybody will automatically be approved, even though as long as you do qualify with a certain amount of criteria, the approval is pretty much guaranteed. There are some things that you will still need to understand though. But the main advantage is that these will be alternative approval methods that don't require your credit score per se. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Before we discuss these products, let's clarify what a no credit check loan actually means. No credit check doesn't mean no requirements. Every lender on this list still needs a reason to believe that you can repay them. However, instead of relying on a new hard inquiry, these institutions will review your account history, your deposit activity, your direct deposits, your available balances, or how you have managed an existing credit account with them. That distinction matters because lenders that appear willing to ignore every sign of risk often offer the most dangerous and expensive products. A legitimate institution may not use your credit score, but they will still evaluate your ability to repay. You should also understand that avoiding a credit check doesn't necessarily mean that the loan will not affect your credit score. The lender may still report the account balance, payment history, or utilization to the credit bureaus. So as we're reviewing every option, you need to pay close attention to what each of these institutions will use instead of a traditional credit check. So that will help determine which product gives you the best chance of qualifying without adding additional hard inquiries to your credit report. The first product is going to be the Quick Loan from Digital Federal Credit Union, commonly known as DCU. This will be a very straightforward financing, no hidden fee or credit check loan. To be eligible for this loan, you must establish a DCU membership for at least 180 days. Once that relationship has been established, eligible members may borrow $200 to $2,000. Now, the current repayment term as of the recording of this video is up to 12 months with a 17.99% annual percentage rate, although rates can change and they will change depending on the time that you're watching this video. However, I will have links in the description for each of these banks, credit unions. You can check them out to see the current rates. So for example, at the current rate, you'd have to pay approximately $91.68 per month for every $1,000 borrowed over the maximum 12-month term. That would put a $2,000 loan at $183.36 per month. So before borrowing, you want to ask yourself whether or not that payment can fit into your normal budget without forcing you to borrow again next month. DCU also limits how frequently the product can actually be used, so a member cannot have more than 1 quick loan open at the same time, and they cannot take more than 3 quick loans during a 180-day period. That tells you exactly how this product should be viewed. It's designed for a short-term emergency access and not a permanent extension of your income. The biggest disadvantage is the waiting period. You can't discover DCU today, join today, and expect to receive this quick loan tomorrow. The 180-day membership requirement means that you need to establish that relationship before the emergency actually arrives. And that will be a reoccurring theme throughout this video. The best time to build access to credit is before you desperately need it. However, there are no prepayment penalties. You can repay the loan term early at any time without any additional fees. And if you need access to cash quickly, while the rates may not be the lowest available, I would still consider them reasonable in case of an emergency. If you would like to see an entire review on DCU, I'm going to link a video right here. I review the entire credit union, all their products and services. So if you're interested, check that video out. And once again, there will be a link in the description for details on this quick loan if you're interested in this. The second product is the My Chase loan, and this one is the cleanest example of borrowing money without submitting a new loan application or receiving a credit check. The My Chase loan is available to eligible Chase credit card customers, and Chase allows these eligible cardholders to convert part of the available credit that they have into an existing fixed payment loan. The money can be deposited directly into a bank account, generally in as little as 1 to 2 business days. There is no separate loan application, there is no new credit check, there is no origination fee, and there is no early payoff fee. And if you'd like to see a full in-depth review of this product, I'm going to link that video here as well. I cover this loan in great detail if you want more information. The minimum loan amount is $500. The max loan amount is not a universal number because Chase determines this based on factors like your spending, your credit worthiness, your card limit, and your account behavior. You must sign into Chase to see whether or not you have an offer available, and if you do, it will show how much that offer is for. Chase also explains that the feature is not currently available during the first 180 days after a card has been opened. So you'll need to have a Chase credit card open for at least 6 months to even be eligible for this feature. The interest rate is fixed and it is supposed to be lower than the standard purchase annual percentage rate on your credit card. Do not confuse that statement with a guarantee that the My Chase loan is cheaper than every personal loan available. Chase is comparing the offer with your card's standard purchase rate. You still need to compare the actual rate and total repayment amount with every alternative that's available to you. The biggest advantage is convenience. You're borrowing against your credit that Chase has already extended to you. You don't have to open a separate account, you don't have to manage a separate due date or place an additional inquiry on your credit report. Your payment will appear as part of the monthly payment due on your Chase credit card account. The biggest risk here is going to be utilization. Suppose you have a Chase card with a $10,000 limit and a zero balance. If you take $5,000 with the My Chase loan, you have now used a substantial portion of your credit's available limit. Even though you avoided a brand new inquiry, the increased card balance could still place pressure on your credit score once that utilization is reported. That's why I wouldn't take the max simply because Chase offers it. The amount available is not the same as the amount that's affordable, or if you were going to take like let's say $5,000, I would assume that you can pay this off before your statement cycle date closes, and that way you don't have to worry about it actually reporting to the credit bureaus. So in short, borrow only what solves a specific problem, create a repayment plan before transferring the money, and avoid adding new purchases to the card while the loan balance is high. So by now you should notice a pattern here. DCU rewards an established membership, Chase will use an existing credit card relationship, and the next two institutions look closely at direct deposit and banking behavior. None of these products are based on a secret application trick, they're all based on preparation. This is also why you shouldn't spend your entire financial life searching for lenders that will overlook your credit. The better long-term strategy is to improve the report that lenders see while also building relationships with institutions that offer emergency liquidity. This is where Rising can become part of your plan. Now, Rising is an all-in-one credit repair platform that gives you access to your credit reports and your scores. It also shows you what may be hurting your credit and helps you take action. It includes custom dispute templates, bureau response tracking, and an auto mail feature that allows you to mail your disputes directly from the website or the mobile app. So I would think of Rising as like your 90-day credit improvement system. Instead of checking your scores and randomly hoping that something changes, you can identify potential inaccuracies, you can organize your disputes, you can track the responses, and you can measure your progress through a structured process. Rising also includes up to 24 months of rental and utility trade line back reporting, so you can add up to 2 years of payment history to your credit profile instantly. It's also very easy for you to get started. Once you sign up, you can watch the How to Use Rising tutorial video, which will walk you through the platform in about 7 minutes or less. Right now, you can access your credit report through Rising's $1 7-day trial. There will be a link in the description. There will also be a clickable link right here on screen. Now, the next product is built around membership and direct deposit. The third product is the Cash to Go loan from Andrews Federal Credit Union. Andrews Federal explicitly states that this loan does not require a credit check. Eligible members may borrow between $250 and $500, making this a small dollar emergency product rather than a large personal loan. The loan is not available immediately after joining. You must have at least 90 days of a membership, and Andrews also requires 2 months of direct deposit from the same employer. The amount you receive is capped at 75% of your monthly direct deposit or your allotment, so even that $500 max is not guaranteed. The repayment schedule is designed to follow your income. Members may choose between payments that are bi-weekly or payments on the 1st and the 15th of the month. Your first payment is automatically due on your next direct deposit date, and the full balance must be repaid within 6 months. There are also usage limits. Andrew says that members may receive no more than 4 of these loans in a year and no more than 3 during any rolling 6-month period. Those restrictions are designed to keep a short-term product from becoming a permanent borrowing cycle. This loan is attractive for someone who has poor credit but stable direct deposit and an established Andrews Federal membership. Andrews can evaluate the incoming income and existing relationship without a traditional credit check. However, the disadvantage is obvious. This loan is very small. $500 may help with a utility bill or like a minor repair, insurance payment, or like a gap before payday, but it will not solve a major financial emergency. You should also review the final loan disclosure for the exact cost before accepting. No credit check describes the underwriting process, but if you're looking for a quick emergency loan that may be a good option for you and you're interested in joining Andrews Federal Credit Union, this may be a good option. Now, I do have an entire video where I cover this credit union in great detail. I'm going to link that right here. Check it out if you're interested in joining this credit union. The fourth product is going to be Huntington Bank's Standby Cash, and this may be the most detailed relationship-based option in this video. Standby Cash is a digital line of credit for eligible Huntington checking customers, and Huntington says that eligibility is based primarily on checking and deposit history and not your credit score. The bank does not do a credit check before you enroll. Now, if eligible, you may receive a line ranging from $100 to $750 and transfer available funds into your checking account through online banking or the mobile app. Now, there will be several requirements for this. You must maintain an open checking account, you do need to be enrolled in online banking, and you do need to deposit at least $1,000 per month for 3 consecutive months. You'll also need an average daily checking balance of at least $200 during the previous 30 days. Your account also cannot remain overdrawn for more than 24 hours, and an active recent bankruptcy or certain legal process may disqualify you. Huntington also limits the product to customers with addresses inside its service area, so at the time of recording this video, the states include Colorado, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Michigan, Minnesota, North Carolina, Ohio, Pennsylvania, South Carolina, South Dakota, Texas, West Virginia, and Wisconsin. Other eligibility requirements can apply, including limits based on overdrafts and return transactions. Once you qualify, the money can be transferred immediately. However, this is not a free loan. Huntington will charge a cash advance fee equal to 5% of the amount transferred. So if you were to borrow, let's say $500, the fee would be $25. If you were to use the full $750, the fee would be $37.50. You repay each transfer over 3 months, and Huntington does not charge monthly interest when you establish automatic payments. Without automatic payments, the bank adds a 1% monthly interest charge, which equals a 12% annual percentage rate to the outstanding balance. The 5% transfer fee still applies either way. Standby Cash is also a reusable line of credit and not a one-time installment loan. As you repay the balance, the funds can become available again as long as you remain eligible. However, your line amount and continued access can change based on your deposits, your balances, overdrafts, and your account behavior. And here's the other part that you can't ignore. This will be reported to the credit bureaus. They will report the balance, the payment activity, so this can negatively or even positively impact your credit score. Huntington also says that if you use 90% or more of the line during 3 consecutive statement cycles, the line can be suspended until the balance is repaid in full. And that rule is also another reminder that this is supposed to be a safety net, not a second paycheck. Of all 4 products, the Standby Cash may be the clearest path to becoming eligible without relying on your credit score. However, it does have a lot of requirements. Now, let's talk about which one of these options can make the most sense for you. The right option depends on the financial relationship that you already have. The My Chase loan may be the strongest choice when you already have an eligible Chase card and you also have enough available credit, and this offer is competitive with a fixed rate. It can provide more than just a small dollar amount, but it can also increase your revolving utilization ratio. Pinocchio. The Huntington standby cash may be the most useful when you have predictable deposits, and it is a reusable emergency line. The 5% fee means you shouldn't use it casually, and the account can affect your credit score once it's opened. The Andrews Federal Cash to Go loan is designed for a smaller emergency when you have at least 90 days of membership and qualifying direct deposit. Its greatest advantage is that it is an explicit no credit check loan, but the limits are fairly low, which doesn't solve a really big problem. The DCU Quick Loan provides up to $2,000 after 180 days of membership, and this probably is the best option on this list. But before accepting any loan, you want to answer one question: what specific income will repay this balance? If the answer is "I'll figure it out later," do not borrow yet. A short-term loan can solve a temporary timing problem, but it can't solve a permanent income deficit. If your expenses exceed your income every single month, another loan will only move the shortage into the future and add fees and interest on top of it. Use these products for defined problems with defined repayment resources. A car repair that allows you to continue working may justify short-term borrowing. Borrowing for entertainment, shopping, or another payment on debt that you already can't afford is much harder to justify. Make sure you read the disclosures before accepting the money, confirm the annual percentage rates, fees, due dates, reporting policy, automatic payment requirements, and late payment consequences. I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hopefully one of these no credit check loan options can help in an emergency situation. However, the real lesson is to prepare before the emergency. Improve the accuracy and strength of your credit profile. You want to build intentional banking relationships. You want to maintain direct deposit, and you want to keep your account positive and create a small cash reserve whenever possible. Use Rising as your 90-day system for reviewing your reports, addressing inaccuracies, tracking bureau responses, and adding eligible rental and utility payment history, and then use lending products only when the cost and repayment plan makes sense for you. If this video helped you discover an option that you never heard of, then make sure that you subscribe to the channel, because on this channel, I don't just want to show you where the money is, I want to show you how the system works and where it can go wrong, and how you can position yourself to be in a better place before you apply. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I truly appreciate it, and you have a wonderful day.